Hi there. Okay, I got to show you this next creation. Akshar, who's got me started on this one. And what this is for water irrigation. Vegetable garden. I guess you could even put it in your line of your water to your home. And we can energize the water that runs through this pipe. What do I mean by that? Well, I asked my neighbor if he had a piece of 3/4 inch pipe laying around. And wouldn't you know it, he came up with a water supply line for a water heater. And this is 3/4 inch pipe thread. And what I've done here is I've taken a cap and I've put a cap on there, making sure the rubber grommet is inside there. On the other end, I've done the same. Now I'm able to seal this up so that the inside of this thing will not be affected by what I do to the outside of it. Well, somewhat. As far as if you heated this, yes, you would affect the inside. So my intention is not to heat it. I'm going to use a caustic on this. And I'm going to use a sodium chloride caustic, and I'm going to add magnesium, and I'm going to add potassium, and if I can come up with a little calcium, I'm going to put that in the nano coating, so that when we build these nano coated layers, they will have what plants need. Or you could nano coat this for what humans need. That's what it comes down to. What we put into our caustics when we nano coat this, and our intention is what the purpose of what we were going to use it for. So how do I do it? And I'm following steps of what I've learned on the Kesh Foundation. But what I understand is that we need to nano coat the outside of this. So by doing that, or how I'm going to do that, is I will seal the ends and I will soak this in a cold caustic a couple days, maybe a week. Then I will put it into a hot caustic bath and let the water submerge over it. Let it set in the caustic bath for a week. Then we start the drying process. Pull it out of the bath, do a hot steaming, suspend it or set it on your grate at the bottom, and steam it the one time. Then train your voltage on a 6-hour basis. With this here, we could have an indestructible nano coating if we went 3 or 4 weeks and nano coated this. I think I'll go probably 1 or 2 weeks on the drying process of nano coating it. So once our tube is nano coated, then what we want to do is we will take a piece of 1/4 inch vinyl tubing and wrap it around this copper pipe. Here's is the ironic thing. As you can see, these are spiraled, and it just so happens they are spiraled in the direction of the plasma flow. The people that understand know what I'm talking about. And also it makes it nice because the tubing lays right in the groove and you get it to lay right inside the groove. I just put a piece of tape on it to hold it and started wrapping it around, laying it in the tube. The tubing I used is 1/4 inch oxygen tubing. It is it's a kink resistant tubing. So even though if you pull it tight around there, it's not going to collapse that tubing. So the tubing is applied to the outside of the nano coated copper pipe. But the thing you got to do here is you have to nano coat the inside of this tubing also. How do you do that? Well, once you have pre-made this and you know the length of your tubing, now take your tubing off and inject cold caustic into the tube to where you fill the whole tube up with cold caustic. Leave that set 3-4 days. A couple days in the sun would do really well. Once you feel you've done the time of the nano coating, drain the caustic out and fill it with distilled water or run distilled water through the tubing to wash the salts. Now we have nano coated the inside of the tubing. And I do the process of nano coating the inside first, and then we'll nano coat this pipe, and gently we will wrap this tubing around the pipe. Then I will fill the tubing with CO2 GANs. Then I will put the whole device into a plastic bag and nanocoat longer in a plastic bag with cold caustic. That will nanocoat the outside of this tubing and any areas I may have damaged by handling this already nanocoated tubing here. Then, there you have it. Oh, I'm sorry. What you need to do is protect the outside of this. Now, if it's in an area where it's not bothered by the weather, you would be fine to have it unprotected. But if you're going to put it out in the garden, what I recommend is applying another PVC pipe around it, around the whole thing. Maybe slide it through a piece of PVC so water can't get to it, and it's protected from the environment. Then you just hook up a garden hose, hook up your supply. Anything that runs through this will be energized with CO2 water. Thank you, Akshar. I I looked at these blueprints a while ago when they first came out, and I just didn't really take the initiative to do it. And you gave me the motivation to do it. Plus, we're doing a garden this year, so why not? No pesticides, no fertilizers. Can't beat that. Thanks, guys. Take care.